Welcome back to the channel. Today I have something special for you, you guys out there who are tool fans, old tool fans. A good friend of mine, Dave, thank you Dave, thought of us when he had this tool stored in his garage that he hadn't used, and he gave it to us. So I have brought it home and just got it unloaded. I know very little about what this is and what it does. I have never seen one of these before. I've never heard of one of these before. It is called a shop smith, and it is apparently everything you could ever imagine wanting in a shop. It's every tool built into one. It's the greatest all-in-one tool ever. That's all I know. I don't know what it does. I don't know all of the features. I don't know how it works. I don't know what we have with it. So I'm gonna dig into this for the first time with you guys. I'll show you what we got, and we're gonna try to figure out what it does. Let me show you what we got here, and let's try to figure this out together. So this is it, the shop smith. I don't know what year it is. I'm underneath an oak tree that is filled with acorns, and they are just coming down like bullets. So if you hear things falling and kind of shooting at me, it's just acorns. There's a serial number probably on here somewhere. It is in really good shape. I mean, there's no rust on this thing. It looks like it has been kept out of the weather inside at all times. It's very good shape. But at first look, it has what appears to be a table saw option or attachment that's on here right now, so you can put a blade in here. This is the motor housing. It looks like we have all kinds of different speed options that we can choose depending on what type of position it's in. So it looks like there's a jigsaw option, a disc sander option, there's a drum sander option, a dado option, a saw or joiner maybe. This is both of these. Maybe there's a router table option, or maybe a lathe option on the faster speeds. And so there's all these different positions on here. They're all alphabetical, so you can, there's probably some in the manual probably tells us how to use that, I'm assuming. But it looks like this is the motor housing. We've got a shaft on the side here, and then this, what is written on here is this is a high-speed shaft. It says something about use this high-speed shaft. So this is a higher speed shaft. This looks like it must be a lower speed shaft, probably related to or linked to this. And then underneath this table here, it looks like there is another shaft up there that can attach a saw blade to. So first, it definitely is a table saw. We have that option. It has an adjustable table here on the end, so you can put things across it. This goes up and down. I did figure out how that works. You just spin this. You spin this handle here, and then this moves. Okay, and then you just tighten it back up. So that's really easy. And then it looks like we have another adjustable support table on this end. This looks like it will slide, so we can maybe get this out of the way or take this off and then use other attachments on here. So this is everything that came with it. It's like we have a table saw fence. This is specifically for the Shopsmith lathe chisel set. Looks like some nice chisels. Ah, wow, an original operator's manual. Okay, well that's going to be important. Conversion to table saw. So this looks like it has all changing tools. It gives us all the information on that, so that's cool. That'll give us what we need. A sanding disc. So this, you can usually get these adhesive sanding discs to put new discs on here, but this is the metal plate. But that looks like it would go maybe in place of this table rest here or on the other end. Okay, table saw blade, safety guard. Now this looks like it could be part of a dado stack maybe. Safety goggles, huh? Actually has brand new sanding discs with the adhesive back. Well, that's really cool. So it has clamp a piece of wood on here, adjust it, and then it looks like you'd squeeze this, it brings that down onto the wood. So as you're pushing it through, you can get it tight and push it through and rip your angles. That's cool. Okay, so we have a drill press or a drill chuck. Okay, so here's your lathe chisel rest. So it looks like it comes with a set of drill bits, larger sized drill bits. We got a push stick for our table saw or other things. Round thing with set screw. So I wonder if this is the other end of to use this as a lathe. Yep, adjustment tool. There's one router bit and then various tools. So since we have the original manual, let's do the unmanly thing. Let's look at the instructions. Okay, this is what's supposed to come with it. We have all of these. I don't see the saw arbor. That might be on there already. I did see the drive center assembly. I think we have that. The cup center assembly. I don't see that. The tool rest arm. We have all of this. The splitter blade assembly. I don't know if that's on here. Lower saw guard. I think we have that in there already. Well, this is so cool to have the original paperwork for this. Somebody really kept this in good working order. And it looks like there's a service center near us in Detroit. I wonder if it's still there. Probably not. Conversion sheets. We have AI for that now. A bunch of safety stickers that were never put on. Shopsmith Mark V. It has a title. That's crazy. Somebody had a very organized shop and kept this with it the whole time. Put it on a peg on the wall or a nail. But this is crazy. This is the original invoice. Printed on carbon paper. Some of you younger viewers don't even know what this is. Oh, there's the price. $1,226, and it was purchased in 1981. Starter accessory package, drill bit set, sandpaper. So I think this is the original stuff that came with it. Chisel set. I bet you this is the chisel set that came with it too. This is really cool to have this original receipt. Let's start with the conversion instruction manual. Let's take this through all the paces and see if we can get it into it's all of its configurations. This is to get us to the table saw. If we can move this table. There's the table saw arbor. It's already on this blade. So it should spin this way. There is a flat position on the shaft and there's a set screw. Might need to oil some of this up. I got this little oil thing years ago and it has been a good little addition. There we go. Insert the saw arbor. That little dot right there is supposed to be lined up right with the set screw, so we got that. Rip fence. I think we should plug it in. Let's see what happens. I'm a little scared to turn it on, but we'll see. Let's get my 1980s goggles on. Now we're ready. Since I'm really not sure what this blade is supposed to be, I'm a little nervous, but we'll see. It's an odd blade, but we'll see what happens. So I also have to adjust the speed. I didn't die, and it worked. Has a lot of power. All right, let's unplug it. Let's do the next thing. What do we got? Sanding disc. Seemed pretty simple. Don't need that. I might see if I can buy some new set screws. For now, I'll steal the one out of this. So lower this. Always use saw guards. We didn't do that. So disc sand looks like we need to move the speed down. And it says turn the speed when the motor is running. I just tripped a breaker. That is cool. That's a solid disc sander too. Metal. Okay, all right, sweet. I like this thing. Conversion to horizontal boring. That's what this is called? A Jacobs drill truck? I guess I never knew that. This has never been used. It looks like you'd stand on this other side of the table and then you crank this forward, it'll drill through something. All right. And you can lock this in or out. This drill bit holder, made this when I was a teenager. It's just a piece of cedar with holes drilled in it, and I used to store all my jigsaw and scroll saw bits in there. So let's see if we can bore out some of these holes. Maybe a better idea. Well, that's what they call horizontal boring. Man, whoever made this was not straight. Now we're getting crazy. Vertical drilling, or drill press is what I would assume. I've always wanted to have a drill press. This is cool. You can set the depth of the drill by either adjusting the table or adjusting, there's a stop on here that you can use. So right now I have it stopping just before hitting the table. I'm going to drill down that far. This is cool. Well, this is the lathe position, but this is a little more dangerous than some of the other things when you're spinning this at high speed. And I don't like how this is supposed to spin. At least on my other lathe, there's a bearing in here, and I wonder if this is seized up or needs to be lubricated or loosened so that this will spin on here. Because what's going to happen is this is going to get loose as there's friction on it, and it's going to wear out that hole, and then it's going to start to wobble. And this end is also not all the way tight. So I'm going to do a little more research on this. I'm going to look at the owner's manual. But it is a lathe, and it can extend farther and do longer pieces. That can be removed. This head here can go all the way to the end, and so you can get quite a long piece of wood in there. It's a full lathe. This thing is actually pretty amazing. To be a full table saw. It's not the best table saw, but it's a very functional table saw that I could use most of the time. It is a very good drill press, and the horizontal boring, either one of those I could use quite often. I've needed that and have not had it. The disc sander is really solid. I mean, that is a good, it reminds me of my old middle school shop class. It's a good old solid disc sander. And the fact that it can be a lathe as well is pretty awesome. This could take up a ton of space in a very tight shop. It's definitely going to find a place in my shop. I will probably use it as a drill press most often because I already have a table saw and I already have a lathe, but I could use it for any number of those things. Well, that's it for today. Kind of a short look, or I guess it turned into kind of a long look at this Shopsmith. What a cool piece of machinery. They don't make something like this anymore, and it was just over $1,000 almost 30 years ago, or over 30 years ago. So what could you get for $1,000 today? Barely a table saw, and definitely not a table saw and a drill press unless you buy a bunch of Chinese stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Those of you who have seen this before, let me know. Have you ever seen one of these before? Have you seen these in your days? Some of you older guys out there who have had shops and tools for a long time, maybe would have been at an age to buy tools around that time. Did you see these? Where did they sell them? Was this a Sears thing, or do they have their own dealers? What's this all about? I'd love to hear more of the history on this machine, and let me know what you guys think. A useful tool or just another thing to have? Is it a luxury or a necessity for a shop? I'll let you guys decide. Thumbs up on today's video. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Love to have you tag along. Lots of dad-themed things going on around here. Homesteading, sustainable living, gardening, DIY projects, and lots of tool things. So thanks for tagging along today. We'll see you next time.